It's been literally years. Literal years that I've been calling this man out. That I've been giving him the benefit of the doubt. We're 1-5 in the NFC North this year. We didn't beat a single good team this year. Literal years of screen passes that don't work, checkdowns that don't work, play designs that don't work. We have Aaron Rodgers, and this man does not know how to use them, and he's being terrible, and there's a reason why he's switching plays. There is, Rodgers was upset with, the front office, with the coaching staff and whatever. Literal years of this man being a regular season merchant, not knowing how to coach an NFL team. We're terrible with penalties, have been for the last couple of years. He held on to Joe Barry 1 year too long when we should have had him gone a year before this. And maybe it's not fully his decision, but it's his staff, essentially. But it should be his decision. He should have a lot of power in saying, get rid of this man. We're going to waste Jordan Love's career because this man does not know how to do anything correctly. He is a regular season merchant, 1-5 this year in the NFC North. 1-5. This is the best division in history. In history. You have the Lions and Vikings fighting for that 1 seed. And we're sitting here on the sidelines locking down the 7 seed. They didn't even want to freaking try to go for the 6th seed. They showed up way too late against the Vikings last week. And then, obviously lost. And then you lose to the Bears for the first time since, 2018 or something? I was in, high school. I was like a sophomore or something in high school. I don't want him as my head coach. I don't. I'm done with him. I don't know how you defend him. I've given him the benefit of the doubt. I've called him out years ago and be like, okay, well, he's, newer coach, whatever. That first season, I was like, okay, he's bad. His coach is not good. It's his first season. Let's see what he can do, once he's on this roster as, the head coach for a year after that. And then Rodgers wins MVPs. I don't know how many plays he switched around for him to call. And then he didn't really unlock a lot of the playbook for Love until this year, or really the end of last year, heading into the playoffs is when he started unlocking the playbook for Love. And I don't know. He won a challenge. He did win one challenge just week 18 of this year. One challenge all year. Some of them were really dumb. I don't know why he was challenging some of them. I do not know why this man stays another year. I don't. I really don't. We could win the Super Bowl this year, and I'm like, I still want him gone. That's my opinion. I'm done with him. I'm absolutely done with him. The way he does this team, there, stuff going on behind the scenes. People are getting frustrated behind the scenes. We don't hear anything. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We're not in the building. We have no idea. They obviously aren't going to be talking about it during the season. Jair's out for the year. I don't know why he waited a month. We're not going to get on to Jair. I'm not going to get on to Jair. That's a whole other thing. He waited too long, and now he's out for the season. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not looking at. And this man comes to the podium after games. He's probably at the podium right now going, yeah, well, we should have done this better. I should have done this better. I. You don't do anything better. Your play style has not changed. And it shrunk. It shrunk with Jordan Love because obviously you didn't want to give him the keys right away. And yes, we made the playoffs and we won a playoff game last year. We looked really good last year, and then we just fell apart against San Francisco, which we always fall apart against San Francisco because this man he's never beat he beat San Francisco once in the regular season, and that's it. You shrunk the damn playbook. And Love has looked better these last 6 games. But so many just wide receiver screens or little jet passes to Jaden Reed, which has never worked. Go back. Give me one example Find me one example where a jet touch pass to Jaden Reed has worked this year or last year. It has not. Not once. His play calling is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I do not want this man as my head coach anymore. I want him gone. I don't care about this Philly game we have next week. I don't care that we made the playoffs. Philly's looking at getting rid of Nick Sirianni. They just made the Super Bowl 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was, and they want to get rid of him. Why should Matt LaFleur stay on when we haven't even made the Super Bowl? I'm sick of him. He comes out, he lies to the media, he says it's all his fault, and then he's going to change something. He never changes anything. What is it going to take? I get it. Mark Murphy's last year is this year. I pray to God. I fucking pray to God. Whoever comes in after this guy, I think they already announced it. I don't remember what his name is. I don't remember anything. I wasn't paying attention to that at all. I pray to God they get rid of him. I'm sick of him. I am sick of Matt LaFleur. He is not good. He is not good at all. I don't care. We got 11 wins this year. We have 12 wins last year. We have this that year. We have this that year. We've had like 10 plus winning seasons under Matt LaFleur a lot. Okay. And what did we get? Last year we won one playoff game. One playoff game. One. You won what? One against I'm trying to remember the year before that. We lost the year before. We won one game and then we lost to the Bucks. That's 2 playoff wins. You won one game back in his first season in 2018, 2019, whenever that was, and then you lost to San Francisco in the NFC Championship game. That's 3 wins. And there might be a 4th one in there. I don't remember if we were a wild card year that year. We were probably a wild card. So it's probably 2 games. So what, 5? No rings. No NFC championships. We didn't even make the Super Bowl. We didn't even sniff the Super Bowl. You're telling me a team, a coach, players can get 10 plus wins every year, and suddenly, you're drafting real well. You're drafting studs. And you can't make the Super Bowl? You can't even make the Super Bowl? All these draft studs, we let Zadarius Smith go. Maybe Zadarius Smith was right. I don't know. He's been going after the Packers a lot recently. Now he's on the Lions, so he's going to talk all the trash he wants to talk because now he's on a Super Bowl contending team. Maybe he was right about something, and we don't know. It'll be interesting to see when Preston Smith comes out, what he'll have to say when he leaves, or whenever he's after the season, whatever. Because I think he's gone already, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I'm beyond frustrated. This is not a this game thing. It's not a Bears thing. This is a Matt LaFleur thing. The camel that broke the straw back needs to be not calling timeout with 54 seconds left. The play clock was at like 25. The play clock was at 25. You have a running clock. And you gave the Bears 54 seconds to get in the field goal range, and then you gave them a goddamn face mask to help getting them closer. And then you're playing off on defense. That's on Matt LaFleur for calling that timeout. This game is on Matt LaFleur. This game specifically is on Matt LaFleur. You do not call a timeout right there. You waste those 20 seconds. You get down to 30 seconds, and that game is far over. Long time before. But this is not a week 18 of the 2025 of the 2024-2025 season. This is a all-time Matt LaFleur thing. His play calls are bad. His strategies are bad. Who he picks for defensive coordinator, who he picks for his staff has not been good either, apparently. Even though, I'm still like, Jeff Hafley's okay. He's okay. We've done we've done a lot better on defense. But the fact that this man is going into the playoffs and he probably is going to be safe and he probably will have a job next year as the Packers head coach infuriates me. This man does not deserve to be the Packers head coach at all. He can go somewhere else. Go to Detroit. Go to Minnesota. Go to the Bears. I do not care where he goes. He does not deserve to be a head coach for the Packers. He is not helping us out at all. We are not winning any important games. 1-5 in the NFC North. We have not beaten a top-tier NFC North team. Every team in the playoffs that we've faced has all beat us. Except for the Rams, technically, but that's they're not a good team. They're squeaking in barely. The top teams in the NFC North or in the NFC, we are not beating. We are not competing. We have to go to Philly. Instead of playing in warm weather in Tampa, instead of going to a dome in LA, you decide, hey, let's call a timeout. I want to go to Philly. I want to go to the cold weather. When clearly both your quarterbacks just got hurt. Just hurt their hand. Malik Willis hurt his hand on his helmet in the cold weather. On that, I think it was the last drive. Or the second last drive, whatever. I don't understand this team at all. I don't know why Matt LaFleur is allowed to just do whatever he wants and get away with whatever he wants and say whatever he wants. He's not a good QB or QB of the team, if you want to call it, but he's not a good head coach. He's not. I don't understand why he's most likely going to have a job next year. Most likely. And I'm not okay with it. I don't know why people are okay with that. I don't know why you defend him. How do you defend him? You can't. You go back and look. When it mattered in the playoffs, we're always losing. Always to a better team. You know, we were supposed to be the better team in 2020 against Tampa. They walked right through us. That was our best shot. That's when we had like the best offense. That was like statistically like one of the best Green Bay offenses ever, if I remember correctly. Like we were blowing people out in the regular season. We were doing amazing in the regular season. And then Tampa comes walking in and just walks right through us and then goes and wins the Super Bowl. That was like his best offense ever. And that was with Aaron Rodgers. I'm done. I'm ending this. He does not deserve to have a job. He does not deserve to be the head coach of my Packers. People are going to defend him. People are going to find a way to defend him. I don't know how delusional you have to be to defend this man. He's not a good head coach at all. He's not. I'm done. I'm done. Screw this. I don't care about the Philly game. I don't care if we have that 1% chance where we actually beat Philly next week. We're not winning the Super Bowl this year. We're not doing anything this year. We're going to go to Philly and probably get our heads stomped in. We're probably going to get our heads cut off. Like, they're just – I'm done.